Watch Kenneth Copeland shamelessly use a dead man to beg for more money, and then watch this Christian's response.
Mylon Lefevre. Mylon called me. He said, how many Breitlings do you have? And I said, I don't know, 36, I think. I haven't counted them lately. He said, I'm going to give you number 37. I said, great, Mylon. Now, he's believing God for his healing. He said, I'm giving you my Bentley, and it has a Breitling clock. Whoa, a Bentley with a, thank you, Jesus.
Kenneth Copeland has the audacity, the temerity to get up in front of all of those people listening to him and tell the story about this man who was believing for a healing, so he sowed a seed of a Bentley and a Breitling clock, and he's dead. I think their conscience couldn't possibly be any more seared than what it is.
That might be the worst thing I've ever seen from Kenneth Copeland.
Time and again, it seems to be happening a lot more regularly these days, is statements or news about what King Charles is up to with regard to our faith, is the best way of putting it. What exactly is he a defender of? When you watch him go around to different events, when you watch him go around and give speeches to certain groups of people, you start to paint a picture in your mind about exactly where the guy's loyalties lie. In fact, there was a video that came out, I think yesterday, that's about 30 years old, and it's very revealing with regard to, you know, his point of view, his intentions. And what doesn't help is when you see headlines like this. It says, breaking, Buckingham Palace has confirmed King Charles will not issue an Easter message this year. Now, this is something that, you know, monarchy, the head of state has done since, you know, time of immortal. You know, it's always something that's happened without fail. And we've seen with King Charles, he is very much a proponent of another faith, apart from the one he should be the defender of. What you've got to understand is when he took the throne, there were various oaths that he took, one of which was the coronation oath. And there were some other bits and pieces as well. And it's very important to understand that he has to be a certain religion to be able to be King of England, and that is Protestant. If it's found that he is any other religion or is taking action which is to the detriment of the Protestant faith, then what he's done is abdicated by something called deed, not, you know, whatever. It's a sheer action or something he's done signals an abdication. Is this one here? King Charles will not release an Easter message this year. Buckingham Palace has said it's not something the monarch does every year. No video message for Christians, but, and you know what the but is.
As the Quran says, God does not burden any soul with more than it can bear. We hope that you have a blessed and fulfilling Ramadan. Peace be upon you all. Ramadan Mubarak.
So as you can see, and if you look for a pattern, at least recently in the media, of the equivalence displayed towards, you know, the faith he should be the defender of, it's sadly lacking. And when he's, you know, he turns around and says, I'm not going to do this particular thing this year, boom, all over it. And, you know, this has happened again. Now, there's another tweet that's come out here, and that's this And this reads, Royal Clown exposed. King Charles skips annual Easter message to Christians entirely, but bends the knee with a full Islamic video and prayers. Defender of the faith, this spineless traitor is defending Islam while ditching the Church of England. It's a complete mess.
Alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. Ladies and gentlemen, as Muslims across the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth.
Just to point out, this is a bit of an older video because he was introduced as Prince Charles, but it's part of the narrative that's forming.
Begin preparations to celebrate Eid after fasting for the holy month of Ramadan. I just wanted to convey my heartfelt best wishes to all who celebrate this festival, to tell you just how much my wife and I are thinking of you at this special time of year. This last year, I know, has been deeply challenging for us all, and I'm only too aware of the impact of the pandemic on the Muslim community. This year, so many families, like my own, will have an empty seat at their dinner table, and friends are no longer able to share the celebratory hug after Eid prayers.
What about everyone else that suffered during that time, huh? What about everyone else? Absolutely despicable. And, you know, this is the reason why people are feeling the way they are, the reason people are talking the way they are. You know, it's all the evidence, at least in the public domain, that's there for all to see. I mean, let's have a look at a little bit of reaction here. This is talk revealed. King Charles, I will protect all faiths, not just Christianity. His decision not to give an Easter message, yet give the Muslim community an Eid one, is a profound mistake.
He's suspicious. I mean, he's had very historical speeches about his love for Islam. I've got no issue with that. But when it came to him being the defender of the faith, news reports that actually there were talks about him potentially being the defender of all faiths.
Well, he's very keen. He's very keen for that. He made it one of the tenets of his new sovereignty. Can I be the monarch of all faiths? No, you can't. No, you can't.
You can't.
This is what he said last year. This is what he said last year when he did send us an Easter message on Maundy Thursday. He said, on Maundy Thursday, Jesus knelt and washed the feet of many of those who would abandon him. His humble action was a token of his love that knew no bounds or boundaries and is central to Christian belief. So far, so good. Then he said the love he showed when he walked the earth reflected the Jewish ethic of caring for the stranger and those in need of deep human instinct, echoed in Islam and other religious traditions and in the hearts of all of those who seek the good of others. Well, it just seems like this guy doesn't want to talk about Christianity unless he can bring in other religions. I think given that this is this nation, people of this nation, we are in a perilous state. People are worried, very worried, and quite rightly so. And I think his decision not to give us an Easter message on this of all years is a profound mistake.
If you look at what's going on in the world, particularly at the moment, there are certain people within, you know, our society, our country, that may want the reassurance from the king, and they're just not getting it.